Welcome to the Writing Process series.
Hello, my name is Monique. Today we will be talking about research. During this presentation, we will review why research is important and understanding that importance. We will also go over the types of resources that are encountered during research. Additionally, we will briefly go into the steps for research and then do a quick recap of what we went over. So to start off, why does research matter? If you have had any experience with Googling a random question or finding an article about something you're interested in, you have already engaged in research. This is why it matters though. Researching helps you gather credible research that can be extremely beneficial to the papers you're writing. Think about those commercials where they show facts or statistics about something, like 80% of dentists recommend this brand. That is the type of information research is built on. The commercials had to find their own credible resources and present them through the commercial to show how great that brand is. It's also a major asset for whatever you plan to do in the future, whether that's in higher education or in the job field. Many fields often consult research to help them understand how to approach challenges in their career. They have to know the right tools to use based on the people or communities they are working with due to a number of factors. So research could help them ensure they know what they are doing by finding credible information. In higher education, research is a major component when working on a thesis or a dissertation, which is often a requirement for a master's or a PhD program. Now that you know why research is so important, let's talk about how it is conducted or done. There are so many ways to research absolutely anything you want to delve deeper into, but I've categorized them into categories of physical and digital. Under digital, there's article databases, which include search engines commonly found on academic databases like WorldCat and JSTOR. There's also just general search engines we tend to use daily, such as Google or less notably Bing. The last one under digital I have is ebooks, which can be found on the web, through databases, or other applications like Kindle. As for physical, there are books. This includes your standard textbook, library checkouts, or books you can find at the local library or bookstore. You'll also see I included physical media, which can include journal articles and newspapers. I did want to highlight journal articles because there are many that have transitioned to only online, and some can still be found on article databases. So this one is the type that can fall into both categories. Pamphlets are another physical type of source that can be something you research into in order to find information. Every single one of these sources would be considered something you can look into when you're doing research. Now, let's dive into how research is conducted. The very first and crucial thing you need is your topic, since you can't really research anything until you know what you're going to look for. So consider any course that you're taking or project that you're working on. Is there any specific prompt or topic that you need to be looking into? This can normally be found on the assignment's instructions or any kind of prompt or rubric and should be read thoroughly to ensure understanding. The next step is to settle on a search engine. You may be provided with parameters and specifications for the search engines you need to use, but if you are given free range, you can select from the many we talked about in the previous slide. Google is a great hub as well as library databases for finding sources over any topic through the digital world. However, standardized books are also available through libraries and local bookstores. Finally, which I think is something many students and others overlook when doing research, is the step of making sure you have time. Research is often a long process. We are so used to searching what we need, looking at the Google AI overview, and carrying on, but research goes beyond that. Some topics are so specific that finding the perfect article could take hours, which is why it's important to make sure you are able to sit and look into a topic for more than 5 minutes. Some topics are so specific that finding the perfect source could take hours, which is why it's important to make sure you are able to sit and look into a topic for more than just 5 minutes. So, as a recap, research is used everywhere and is mainly used to build credibility within your papers or projects that you're working on. The resources you find during research can come in digital and physical form, and the best way to know which one you will have to find is to review your assignments or project's instructions and the prompt prior to opening the search engine. Remember, research is a trial and error process. Patience is the key, and of course, making sure there is plenty of time to do the research itself. Thank you.
That's a wrap for today's episode of the Writing Process series. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Until next time, keep learning, stay curious, and we'll see you in the next The Writing Process episode.